Alrighty.
Going live. We are
live. Hey guys. At this point, I think the only people seeing this are going to be replayed. Nope. There's Mimsy's garden. First to the party. Hey girl, how are you? All right. You greet people. I'm going to go finish making our tea.
Okay. Hey people.
Okay. Fun.
Be fun and engaging. Just pretend like this is a real person.
What?
I have to pretend like the computer is a person.
Oh, is that your method?
Yeah, because I don't do real well.
Oh,
that's my own voice coming through my phone to monitor those comments. That's weird. Minuteman Heritage Farm, Semper Fi. What's up? From Louisiana. You guys are super excited, I'm sure.
If they're football fans.
And if you're an Oklahoma fan, you're not super excited about Louisiana.
I might have made this too weak.
Made the tea too weak?
Yeah. Oh well. It'll be more.
Just put a little rum in it. If you guys could have seen the face she just made at me.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely weak tea.
Cool.
All right. Hey, guys.
The Saints sure did lose today.
Hey, Honeystead. You look so beautiful for your, I can't remember what it was y'all had. Whatever you dressed up for. Two Family Homestead, Heirloom Permaculture. Hey, North Star Prepsteader. How are you? Hey, Cousin Amy. Rum would be terrible in tea. See, he's showing how much he doesn't know about alcohol.
And you're showing how much you do know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's definitely weak tea. I should have let it sit longer. Sarah Turn said Boomer Sooner, so there's that.
Well.
Monique, what game was he riled about?
Who was riled?
Monique said her husband just now calmed down. I'm assuming that's what she's talking about.
Probably about the Georgia game.
Hey, Green Zebra Gardening. Hey, Two Family. I think I already said hi to y'all, but in case I didn't, hello. Any future oh, wow. Thank you. Mountain Heritage Homestead. We appreciate that for the shirt and the Berkey and that. You're so sweet. I should do one on cleaning and maintenance. I need to give mine a good cleaning. And so maybe we'll get that video out soon.
Yeah, the Saints lost today in the last seconds.
Hey, Kira, how are you? So Homestead Dreaming, Kira and her family, they were actually here yesterday. Maya shot a vlog with them. I was inside canning, so I didn't get to go around the farm, but we got to hang out for a while, and they actually took our quail with them. They're their quail now. And so our quail are now
we don't have
Okies.
Quail. Yeah.
They're Oklahoma.
They live in Oklahoma where their quail moved from Arkansas.
Cool, Deb. Michelle Parks, your Berkey came. That's awesome. I'm loving all the pictures. Everybody's tagging me in pictures of their Berkey that they got. Oh, Green Zebra Garden. Did you just pick up the whole seed catalog? Funny you should say so. I've been looking at mine sitting right here off the camera.
And I just started binge watching another show.
Why?
Because you're stuck in the catalog the whole time. We used to spend time together.
Look at this. Look how beautiful it is. So beautiful. I actually have not gone through it in depth yet. I need to get some Post-it notes. And actually, I'm going to Baker Creek tomorrow. I'm leaving here in the morning. So that's super exciting. Oh, Brianna Robinson, I'm glad that you don't regret that choice. Oh, it's John's birthday. Heirloom Permaculture. Happy birthday, man. What are you binging, Maya? Are you really binging another show?
No.
Oh, he just was saying that because I've been watching a lot.
I try and binge a show. I fall asleep. I watch shows in like 10-minute increments sometimes.
I should be a Baker Creek photographer. I actually don't take a lot of product photography. Like, I don't take a lot of photos of my, like, I guess I do for like Instagram and stuff, but I don't know that they're, the difference between the free catalog and the whole seed catalog. So the free catalog is like, it's probably a fraction. Where is that thing? Honestly, it kind of got tossed to the side.
Someone asked about what my thoughts about Downton Abbey. Was I as sad as her when it ended?
Oh, he was more sad. Jeremiah I liked Downton Abbey. Jeremiah
What did I say yesterday?
He said Downton Abbey is the best show that's ever made. Like, he loved Downton Abbey.
It's one of them. It's one of them.
He said that in like a Star Trek show.
Yeah. Star Trek Discovery is one of the best shows ever made too. So
the difference between the whole seed catalog, this one has a lot of articles in it, like more in-depth kind of information about varieties. Like here, this is talking about this Montana kudu corn, and talks about like where it originates and like a whole article on it. More photos. Like this is a whole spread about this corn, and like that's not in the free catalog. So if you like reading about varieties and you like reading, there are like different tips in here and different like usage, but largely it's kind of like an heirloom book. And I've had multiple people message me like really irate that Baker Creek would have a paid catalog and that I would endorse a company with paid catalog. But I've actually been in Jared Gettle's office when he was working on this. The amount of work that gets put into this catalog is insane, and it's $12. And honestly, the amount of information that is in this is worth every single penny of $12. Plus, you get free shipping? I mean, it's free shipping on everything, isn't it? Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is it free shipping on the catalogs too? I mean, like this thing costs like $7 to mail. So I totally love this. This will give me just tremendous amounts. Like here's a little recipe in here, like all this stuff. So I think it's totally worth it. And there's a free catalog also. So if you are like not in a position to be able to buy this, which is fine, and if you would rather have that extra $12 to pay for seeds, they have a free catalog that you can sign up for. This is like a coffee table book. Somebody said that. And that's absolutely true. Yeah, it's got articles and recipes and all of that. Yeah, they don't make money on the catalogs. That's right. Stivers Homestead said they honestly don't even make money when you take into the amount to print the pages and ship. It's so worth it. Amazing. They don't charge more. Like, it really is. And they put, just many, many, many hours of work go into the design of this. Jared designs all of this. He does the graphic design for all these things, which is really cool to me. And their staff is writing these articles, and it's just really neat. Different, like here's another one with like a recipe and a different article. So lots of information. Totally love this. I need some Post-it notes so I can go through and make my plan. I'm excited to go up there tomorrow. Do
you know why you make a plan?
Is this a trick question?
Mm-hmm. Do you know why you make a plan? So you can break it?
It's kind of like a general direction. It's not like a blueprint.
It's like a trajectory.
It's like a road sign. Like this way.
What is it in math where it's like if you were going to continue this line, it would continue on for infinity in both directions? That's like Jessica C. By.
Math is hard.
It continues on in both directions infinitely.
The busy little house. You have a wonderful night too. This tea is bad.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's like drinking some creamy water.
I got hasty because I started it right before the live. And
creamy water. I'm gonna go try and doctor it. Okay?
Heirloom Permaculture said I ended up marking the pages that didn't have stuff I wanted. It was easier and less sticky. That's hilarious. Rose, Green Zebra Gardening said he just picked one up. So I think it's probably starting to hit the shelves of stores. I imagine that they'll be in stores and then everybody who ordered its mailbox within the next week or so. Several people, I'm getting tagged in stuff. Thank you, Reap What You Sow. This is a special mug, actually. Y'all know I collect handmade pottery, and many of the mugs that you see, I'm usually using my friend Haley made, because most of my mugs, probably not most, but most of the ones I drink out of regularly, Haley made. But this one is from, I can't remember what it was called. It's something Butte in Oregon. Somebody up there might be able to tell me where it is. I can't remember what the place was called. But Daniel, our friend Daniel, he went up there to lead worship, and this is what he brought back. And so it's like, do you ever like find your soulmate mug and you love everything about it? Like, this is my soulmate mug. Because it's got a big handle and a little thumb thing, and it's smooth on the lip but rough on the side. I know that this is crazy that I have this many like eccentricities about a mug, but this is like, I love this mug so much. Missions Pottery in Lexington, North Carolina. Cool. I'll write it down. I love my Haley stuff. This is Haley Rose right here. That Sweet Maya's drinking out of. Isn't that beautiful? This is probably
Casey Urban Farm says hello. I made it.
Oh, I think Casey just made it here. Hey, I made it.
Oh, I thought he said he's made it the mug. I was like, that's a small freaking world. Yeah, this is the obscure potter in Oregon,
yes.
Blackfeet, Oregon. They made this mug. That's my
you.
favorite. It's like, hey, I made that. It's like, really? Like, really? Okay, I get it now. They made it to the live. I got it.
Life's just ducky. I've not had that issue at all. I'm not sure what would cause that, but I would send them a message and see maybe they can help you troubleshoot what's going on.
For sure. They have great customer service.
Do you have any videos on processing broccoli and cauliflower, Monique? I know that there have been a couple of videos where I have picked stuff like that and cooked it, but the way I cook cauliflower is almost always the same. For cauliflower, we just like roast it. We just break it up and
yeah, notice there's a trend going on with vegetables in our house that we cook to eat. We roast them. We roast a lot of vegetables. Brussels sprouts, radishes, cauliflower, broccoli, carrots.
All of them. We make kale chips.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, we love roasted veggies. But with broccoli, I remember one time picking it and making like broccoli cheese soup. Hey, there's Mark on House on Avery Road.
That was horrible.
No, the cauliflower cheese soup was horrible. The broccoli cheese soup
was broccoli cheese was good. Yeah. Cauliflower cheese was...
Yeah, Jeremiah reminds me of it occasionally whenever I talk about not making bad food and being trustworthy.
This was bad. But me and Daniel ate it. We were like, it's not as bad as you say it is.
I knew it was bad. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. It really was bad soup.
Well, I wish you would have told us that before we ate it.
How many vendor spots will there be at the shindig?
I think, this is a guess. I remember Ben's mentioning an idea. There's only going to be like 10 prime spots or whatever he called them.
Right.
So there's going to be there's a difference, and you need to go to that video and email that email to ask questions.
And also make sure you're following VW Family Farms.
Because they'll be the ones pumping out all the information.
They're going to be sharing the information on the shindig. And so they're going to be able to have that. So make sure you're following
But anyways,
them.
There's going to be two different echelons of vendor spots. There's the front where if you were there last year, the first place you walk in, where we'll have all of our sponsors set up, we'll be set up, VW will be set up, and there'll be 10 spots available. And those are going to cost more because they're in the front. And then there's going to be, we rented the second half of the building. That's where most of the vendors will be set up, and that'll be a separate, lesser fee.
Living by code, when do you check your P.O. box? We really don't check it enough. We probably need to go check it tomorrow.
And we have to pay for it too.
Okay.
For the next 6 months.
Yeah, definitely. Remember to do that. I don't know how many tickets we have for the event. We haven't considered putting a cap on that because we don't anticipate like selling out. I think
I don't think there's a cap.
But as far as the vendors, like we said on that,
I think there's 50 spots.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's that much.
I think it might.
Oh, Honeystead, that's awesome. She asked for cattle panels for Christmas. Y'all,
Honeystead did?
Yeah, I wanted pens for Christmas, but I'm like really particular about these things because I write a ton. I journal. And like, that's how I pray is I journal my prayers. And so like, I literally write like several pages in my journal every day. And so I'm as particular about pens as I am about mugs. And so I couldn't let Jeremiah pick the pens out for me because then I might not like them. So I went on to Jet Pens, which is this website that sells it's for pen people. And I bought all these pens. And they came in, and Jeremiah took them and hid them so they can be in my stocking. And he literally thinks it's the stupidest thing in the world.
And you currently have the present that I ordered for myself, hiding in the side table next to the bed because I have to wait till Christmas to have
is going to be magical, all right?
No, I'm going to be disgruntled apparently on Christmas because I had to wait that long. It'll have the opposite effect.
Psycho Rocks asked for Reaper seeds for Christmas.
I want her to have what she wants. I just completely don't get it.
Hope Undead gets it. Hope loves jet pens.
That doesn't mean that they get it like you get it. I have yet to meet anybody who gets it like you get it. If anybody
loves the website Jet Pens, they get it like I get it. That website is for people who love pens. You know who you are. Are you a pen person? I like... Are you slurping on the TV? I like fountain pens. Alma. Is it Alma or Alma?
Are we talking like chocolate fountain? Okay. I love chocolate fountain pens.
I let you talk about your Star Wars and Star Trek.
You almost mixed it up, didn't you? I don't even know.
Okay. I like fountain pens, but I have really kind of weird handwriting. It can easily be very, very messy. And so fountain pens sometimes make my handwriting really messy. Because I actually usually print more than write in cursive. And fountain pens make me write in cursive. And it's messy.
Yeah. She went to New York City and bought a $12 pen. $12.
Which is not expensive. Pen people know that's not expensive.
That's $12.
It's expensive.
I could have bought 4 50-pound or 50-piece package of pens at Office Depot. They're all right with ink for that price. Brought it home and said, "You've got to write with it." So I get it. I get paper and I write my name. And I'm like, "Yep, it writes like a pen."
Like, you don't appreciate it.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Two-family homestead, pen gal, kindred. I knew it.
I've never seen Daryl call himself a gal before.
Cool, Angel Cooper. Is it only $9.95? I think maybe it's $9.95 if you order it from the website, and then it's $12.95 is like the list price. So that's probably what they charge in places like Tractor Supply and Barnes & Noble, probably because Baker Creek sells it to them for $9.95, and then they mark it up a little bit. It says $12.95 on it. So, yeah, there you go. It's only $10. Totes worth it.
Oh, goodness.
In your yard.
One of these days, I'm going to buy her like a $600 quill.
I couldn't handle that.
Just like,
no, okay. Now
I'm gonna write one of those real like Revolutionary War type letters. Be like, "My dear darling."
Are you gonna write it in that accent too?
Yes, because I'll read it to you.
Okay. Now I don't like super expensive pens. Yes, there are pens that are like thousands of dollars. Hey, Des Summers, how are you?
You know what I'd do with $600 instead? I'd buy like a 3D printer and actually just print off stuff that's way more useful.
Print off cheap pens.
Yeah, print off cheap pens. Good.
I actually wouldn't. Yeah, I would be afraid to use it. I wouldn't want to have something that expensive. Like the most expensive pens I have are in like the $10 to $15 range, and that to me is a pretty pricey pen. And I've looked at other ones, but my thing is like sometimes I like cheap pens. It's all about how they write. I'm not going to go on and on about this. I really actually could get how you guys see me overseas. I'm actually that enthusiastic about office supplies too, especially during the winter whenever I don't have a garden. So gotta have my good pen to mark up my sea kettle.
Jessica kind of dabbles a little bit in like multiple personalities while the garden's dead. Because it's like, I'm loving pens and I'm writing all this stuff. And then all of a sudden she's like cross-stitching. You're like, what just happened? I was like, oh, I'm cross-stitching now. Or is that what that is? Cross-stitching? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then next it's, knitting
crocheting.
Or like.
I cook. I'll get on.
We've talked about this before.
Like a crazy cooking.
Jessica is a starter. She loves to start things. It's always the next thing. I'm the finisher. So like we have so many.
So are you going to finish those cross stitches? Because Christmas is in like 20 days.
I was going to say we have so
Less
many.
than 20 days.
We have so many started
finishing.
cross stitches, but none of them are finished, or very few of them are finished.
Renaissance woman of winter.
I'm saying I'm a finisher, so like getting started takes me a while. So like getting started.
Honeysted said
What?
she paints this time of year. See?
That's not the same thing.
Oh, Stivers, I'll tell Ezra that Wyatt said that. He's doing good. We actually have to get an MRI to see if he's going to have
For a minute there, I
surgery.
thought maybe it wasn't broken, but it is. It's not actually broken. It's fractured. The cartilage in his elbow is fractured, and there's two possible places it could be fractured. They still couldn't see because cartilage doesn't show up on X-rays. I'm regurgitating the doctor right now. And so there's two possible fractures. If it's the first one, he just has to have a temporary splint for the next 2 weeks and he'll be fine. If it's the second kind, he has to have surgery to fix it or he'll mess his arm up for the rest of his life. So Monday, we're supposed to be getting a call about MRI.
Actually, we were supposed to have an MRI on Friday, but they put in the computer wrong. So I took Ezra to get the MRI, which we live like 35 minutes out of town. Hospital. And so we went into town, and then I had my market pickup in that evening. Like we have a local market that you can go online and shop, and then you just pick it up on Friday evenings. And so we went into town. I was going to get the MRI and then go pick up the market stuff. And then they're like, oh, your appointment's not till next Friday, which I knew was a mistake. And I was a little concerned about them waiting that long to determine what was going on with it. So me and Ezra went to the movie, and they're going to have to work on the appointment. Adam, we do have snakes.
They're out here, but honestly, we don't run into them very much. You just got to use your head.
Yeah, I mean, like, you definitely, like, we do not go in the summer, especially, like, even spring and fall. In the winter, it's not that much of a concern when it's cold outside. But, like, you don't go in the woods without boots on. Like, that's just period. Like, my kids know they're allowed to play in the backyard in tennis shoes or sandals. But if they are going out of the backyard and anywhere else on our property, they have to go put their rubber boots on. And so there are some things like that, like precautionary things. We've only seen a handful of venomous snakes since we've lived here. Like probably 3 or something like that.
3, I think. And one of them was questionable.
And one was dead. It was already dead. It had gotten squished in a stack of 10, and Daniel found that.
No, her favorite color is just green, any green, which means y'all should have figured that out.
Yeah, green is my favorite color. But yeah, there's not like a crazy amount of snakes here. Now, there are some people that I know that have like a big pond or something like that, and they deal with snakes all the time. Now, we have a lot of other snakes. Like every year, I have a handful of garden snakes live in my garden. I mean, we get snakes in the chicken coop regularly, but they're not venomous. Like, we've had 1 copperhead and 2 water moccasins since we've been here that we've come across. And the copperhead was the one that was dead. Sherry, I see someone answering Sherry. Ezra broke his arm on the trampoline, or fractured his arm on the trampoline. Yeah, you got Psycho Roots. You got to be careful around wood piles, like any piles of anything, like anything where there's like hiding places. You have to keep your
heat sources. So like the tin, because it held heat,
or like where the dryer,
or food sources. So the reason why wood piles is because that's where a bunch of stuff that they're going to eat is going to hang out.
It's where the mice hang out.
Right.
And so like the ones that we've seen, like we had one in the goat barn, which was really, actually I made a video that day whenever it was early on in my channel. And we found that one. I was milking. Benjamin was out there, but we had all these bags of food. Well, the mice would get out there. And so the snake was after the mice. And I'm milking, and I look over, I'm like, what's that bike tire doing in the goat barn? And I'm just looking at it, milking, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was a big snake. And that one was pretty scary. It scared me most because Benjamin had just been like playing right there. Yeah, they're pretty frightening. Well, actually, the ones in the garden, we like name them kings of the Old Testament. Like the ones that we have down there, I welcome them to stay. They eat pests out of the garden, and they are a deterrent, like the king snakes and stuff. Now, when they start eating my eggs, because there's the ones in the garden, they don't get in the chicken coops, but the big black king snakes get in and they'll eat the eggs and they'll eat the baby chicks. And for a while, when we still had the 30 acres down the road, we had 30 acres of woods, we would just take them down there and dump them. We did have to dispatch one this summer because he would not stop coming back and he was eating all of our duck eggs. But for the most part, we don't kill them unless it's a venomous one that's a threat to, obviously our family. We don't want that coming back and being around our kids. But no, like I don't even move the ones out of the garden. I see them and I'm like, oh, hey, dude, what's up? And just keep working along my little way. We're just sharing the space. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the spiders are definitely, it's a little bit creepy when you almost put your hand, or especially when you almost run your face into a massive spider web with a spider that's about this big. But those riding spiders are some of the best pest control that you can have. Like we would sit there and flick squash bugs into the net to watch them come and take them.
Someone's decorating, or did you already? We did already.
I've done what I'm going to do up until
here.
this point. Now, the basement's almost finished, and I'm going to decorate the mantle down there.
Oh, yeah. It's because I'm getting it done.
So I think Mark Avery's commenting is a little bit behind because he's been commenting, but it's usually after we've moved on. He's talking about how he likes scratchy pins. Like, I need to know
Come
what
on,
kind of
Mark.
scratchy pins you like.
Get with the program, bro. You're so yesterday right now. We're totally talking about something else.
I love Mark.
No, like in about 20 minutes I'll respond. Hey, I'm not yesterday. I am right here, present, talking.
Spiders are friends until they're on me, and once they're on me, it's war. That's funny. We get them in our house some, but like usually we don't have. Honestly, let's see what. Now we do have tarantulas here, but they don't get in the house. The only time we ever see tarantulas is when the cats bring them up.
Brown recluses.
We do have brown recluses.
They get inside the house,
but not a ton. Like we've seen.
You weren't the one that woke up at 2:30 in the morning watching one this big crawl up our curtains, and I had to go kill it while you were sleeping like 2 weeks ago. Then I killed another one in the family room because winter started. They all like went into the house. So
no.
See, no.
Lady Zelda. That's why I was asking him what scratchy pins are you referring to. Travis, my Baker Creek catalog actually came today, so you guys should be getting yours soon. We have scorpions. Those get in the house occasionally. We only had a few,
like one.
Yeah. And then the tarantulas the cats kill. Mice are bad here. Like that's something that's just we live in the country. Like
yeah, but honestly, we haven't really dealt with them inside a lot.
Since we locked up the feed in the old freezers and stuff, like we have not had mice.
Yeah.
It's just a pegboard with little things hanging on it.
Little things.
Those
are called cast iron pans.
Well, no. I meant the things hanging in my cast iron pans.
That's called a hook, honey.
Oh, little hooks. Crickets. Yeah, we get crickets. We get just about everything that you can consider a pest here. It's definitely part of living in the South is having a wide variety of. Yeah, and the cats help a lot. Like the cats kill stuff constantly outside. And like people deal with squirrels and birds in their garden. I don't deal with a lot of squirrels and birds in my garden, but I have cats. I have to deal with the cats, chasing the cats out of the garden bed and like cleaning out their messes out of the garden bed because that's just part of having them. Yeah, we have squirrels. What's something we don't really have a lot of is chipmunks. When I lived in Tennessee, I was like, oh, look at the little chipmunks. They were so cute. I didn't have a garden then.
Chipmunks, squirrels.
Yeah. Xavier, what's interesting? When I was up in the Pacific Northwest, I saw a marmot and a badger.
I've seen a badger. I've never seen a marmot.
Just driving, like a badger ran out in front of the road and a marmot. I didn't even know what the marmot was until someone told me. I was like, I saw this thing I'd never seen before. I felt like I was in just another world. It was so foreign to me. to be up in the Pacific Northwest. Just I've never been there before. I'm really eager to take Jeremiah back up there because he's never been up there before either. I don't feel like we will ever live there just because I kind of feel like I have a general idea of, I don't know. I mean, it could change, but I cannot see myself ever living there. But I will say that I have never had a place ever, and I've been all over the place. I have never had a place make me say, I wish I could live here like the Pacific Northwest did. Like, as far as just the beauty of it, the climate, just everything about it. I loved Washington State. I was in awe of Washington State.
Oh, what does it look like?
Washington State?
Marmot? Yeah, what does it look like?
It was kind of like, it's like a brown little fuzzy guy. Somebody sent me a picture of it and told me that's what it was. And I was like, yeah, that was
Maybe
him.
I have seen those because I used to live in North Dakota for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
They had these like ground things. Forget what they call them. Prairie dogs.
Well, prairie dogs, that's different.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. If you live anywhere in Fargo or North or Grand Forks, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They like destroy your yard and dig into your house and do crazy
Somebody
stuff.
asked what some of my favorite new things from Baker Creek are this year. Okay. So there's this Lesia pepper, and I don't have these marked, but this is some that I've looked at. I haven't looked through the whole catalog yet. This is supposed to be like the sweetest pepper. This is new. I'm really excited about this. It's Lesya, believed to be the sweetest of all peppers and with the thickest flesh we have seen. Like, that's definitely on my list because I love a good, thick, juicy pepper. I like Marconi's because they're like that. They're sweet and really thick.
Someone was asking, they're about to wanting to get pigs, but they have wondering about predators. They have mountain lions in their area. You could do a livestock guardian dog, but honestly, like,
I don't think
my understanding from the pig people who've been doing this longer than us is most predators are not going to go with a pig. Like, they're not going to come after. Like, they want easy, low energy. They want to spend minimal amount of energy to get food. And taking down a pig, like, they might do it if they're desperate, but that's not going to be their first choice.
It
like,
would take Jeremiah like a tremendous amount. Like,
oh my gosh,
if he had to fight Gerard to the death,
he'd win. Unless I have like a weapon.
Yeah, you'd have to have a weapon.
Oh, if I had a knife, he'd mess me up, and I could take him down. But no, like when we were moving Journey Pig out,
Journey Pig picked Jeremiah
She picked me up with her nose.
like,
and I'm not a small guy. I was holding a cattle kennel.
And she got underneath it.
And she got her nose up underneath it and literally just picked me straight up. And I was like, oh,
a potbelly pig
man.
that weighed 100 pounds. Like, they are some kind of strong. Pigs are fierce.
And honestly, boars have tusks that literally will shred stuff. And they're quick. I'm telling you, pigs are fast. They're dangerous. Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't know that you'd have a predator issue with pigs. Our pigs are at the farthest away from our house.
And we don't even
And honestly, since then, I have not even heard coyotes.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think that the Gerard's like, I will destroy you.
Lauren, I've been putting a plate over my tea when I make it. And every time I think Lauren would be so proud of me right now. Y'all, are you ever like, I'm the kind of friend that like wins.
Mark Avery, am I behind? Sorry, I couldn't, dude. I set you up. That's it.
Oh man.
I told you.
But yeah, whenever like my friends know things, I just assume that, hey, there's Nora. I just assume that they're the best in the world. Like, there's Nora. She cuts my hair and she's the best hairdresser in the world. And like, Lauren is an herbalist. She's my best friend. She's the best herbalist in the world. And like, it's so funny because like, I genuinely believe it. I was thinking about it today when I was putting my plate on. I was feeling really proud. I was like, Lauren would be so proud right now. And I was thinking about it and I was like, I wonder if everybody feels like the people in their life are the best in the world. Like, because I really think that. I tell you guys, you're the best viewers in the world. I believe it. Like, I really think that I genuinely believe that of all the subscribers on YouTube, mine are the best. I really think that. Which carrots are the best to grow from Baker Creek?
I don't know. We ate them.
Oh, we were talking about the new things. There was another pepper that I was excited about. Look at these blocked peppers. Look at that. I don't know. I may grow those, but I'm really just trying to focus on growing any peppers at all successfully this year. There was a jalapeno that I was really pumped about. Let's see. On page 229, for those of you who have your catalog out, the Digado jalapeno. Look at that. It's like this heart-shaped, really neat kind of ribbed or etched jalapeno. Carrots. I really like purple carrots. I actually did a thing last year where Baker Creek did like a live video, and I did like a carrot taste testing in their greenhouse. The Kyoto Red, this one is really, really, really good. It's got really great flavor. The Ox Heart's really neat because it's super fat. Pusa Acida, and then there's the Black Nebula. It's very similar, super dark, full of anthocyanins. Those are probably my favorites. And Cosmic Purples are really like carroty. They're not very sweet, but I really like those, and I like putting them in soup. Hey, I'll be right back, okay?
I'll be here, not talking about carrots. Public invite to join our cookie collab. I don't think that lines up with our diet. The hives are doing well. Actually, it was warm a couple days ago, and they were actually coming out and hanging out outside. So they're all still doing good. Just doing well. My new Star Wars film thoughts. I don't know. There's a couple of thoughts. Like, I'm ready for them to be done with this whole saga thing so they can move on to something more entertaining. Because I'll be honest, like, the last 3 movies have not been, the actual saga movies have not been great for me, in my opinion. Like, they're entertaining as movies, but they could have done better in telling a story, a cohesive story. So I'm interested to see what exactly is about to happen, because I know a couple of things. And honestly, if it wasn't for the cartoon series, like, I would be less excited if I didn't know a couple of things. Like, apparently Ezra Bridger, which is a Jedi that survived Order 66 and was in the cartoon series called Rebels, he is the same age as Luke Skywalker, almost. Like, he's within like a year. So he'd be in his 50s also, and he's supposed to be in this movie. So that's interesting, and how they're going to connect that. Apparently there's 3 factions at play here. So there's the First Order with Kylo, there's the Resistance, and I guess somehow secretly Sidious has been building a Sith empire. So there's like Sith troopers, and I don't know. It's supposed to be like a 3-way battle at the end. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe they might be trying to do too much. The Mandalorian is entertaining, but I'm going to wait till it's done before I give my final consensus on whether or not I think it was well done or not. All right, y'all can go back to talking about seeds.
Tree. Oh, were you already talking to them?
Yeah, they've got some questions about Star Wars and stuff. Oh. You know, I'm thinking, Mary Hatchery. What's up?
Did you just hear me?
Did you say that?
Oh, yeah. Now it's recorded. Ow. Stop.
Serious face on. That's recorded now too. That was too stern. Don't choke on your teeth.
Husband hearing. I know, it's a thing. Oh, naturally, NC said, Maya, you're behind. Oh, man. Yes. I need to figure out where I put my Murray McMurray catalog.
I think it's in our room. I think
Probably next to my bed. Does anybody else like to lay in bed?
yeah, we actually
Look
do
at
need to
this
get
stuff.
that figured out.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna shoot a video talking about which varieties of chickens are on my spring
And
list.
turks.
And turkeys, yeah.
Maybe some ducks, geese.
You're getting crazy.
Just a little something.
You know what? You know what, ladies and gents? I'm sure maybe. Okay, here's the dynamic in homesteading couples. And I think this is probably with all of them. There's one that's gung-ho that wants all the things. And then there's one it's like, hold on now, let's think reasonably here. We got to feed it. We got to build a house for it. Let's just chill out, back off, slow down. Come on back here and settle down. We don't need all of the things. And for 6 years, I have been the gung-ho and Jeremiah's been the reining it back. But lately, things seem to have changed.
What?
I've been like, we don't need all that. And he's like, yeah, we can go ahead and get some more. Let's get some more. Let's get geese too. And ducks too, more ducks.
Yeah.
Maya, is there going to be any more drone footage?
Eventually. I mean, because we only have 7 acres. I mean, there's really only so many. Hey, this is our farm. Shots you can do.
Oh my gosh, Rebecca Hunt said convincing her husband to get a hamster was a victory.
Oh, yeah.
My stuffed alpacas, which I actually have 3 of now. I have 3 stuffed alpacas, and they're all in my room. And I also have a stuffed goat. My kids played with the goat and put a hole in it, so I fixed it. And so I won't let them play with the alpacas. At least not. Because I'm like, it's mine. You can't have it.
Can't have it.
I have a small garden. Should I plant a little of a variety of veggies or a lot of a few things? Sarah, that's really just going to depend on what it is that you're trying to do. Like what's going to excite you. I mean, for instance, like with peppers, if you just want sweet peppers, you could plant 3 different varieties. Or, same thing with like tomatoes, or if you're wanting to do eggplant, like, mixing it up a little bit. And it also depends on how many people you're feeding. Olivia, we do sell plants. In the spring, when we have the shindig, we will have plants for sale. This year, I'm going to do it a little differently. Last year, I had a whole bunch of varieties of tomatoes, and the ones that sold out fast were my favorites. And so this year, I'm going to focus primarily on maybe my 10 favorite varieties and just do enough of all of those that more people can get them.
They've got a drone out that they're using now that has a flamethrower attached to it to go take out hornets' nests in trees. And I wanted just to play with.
What is my favorite variety of beans? I really like dragon tongue bush beans. I like the Blue Lake bush bean, and there's one that's called purple potted pole. I really liked that one. There's a green bean that I grew, and I did not write down the variety, and it's like the first time that I've forgotten, and it's something that I really, really liked. I usually am okay at remembering them, but it was like a French, really thin green bean, and I loved it. It was so good, and I've been trying to figure it out since then, and I've grown 2 varieties that it wasn't. Hey, the City Stead, you may have been here, but I don't think I've said hello to you yet, so hi.
Lone Star Living.
Hey, Lone Star Living. Yes, I would love for her to help me at my booth this year. She saved me last year. And actually this year, I think my plan is for my plants that are for sale, since I'm going to do less varieties, I'm going to print out a description with a picture of the grown tomato or the grown vet fruit. And I'm actually going to employ people to run my booth this year. And so trying to do it myself because I didn't really get to talk to people as much. And I would like to be able to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
So we've discussed that. Well, I'm glad you're here, Josh. I appreciate you stopping in.
Does Lauren have a channel?
Bobby, it is the Mexican Sour Gherkins and Baker Creek catalog. In Town Limits, Lauren has the start of a channel. She's not been posting videos, but she is intending to. but you should encourage her to teach you some things and tell her the things that you'd like to learn. Maybe if you could give her some ideas of stuff that she could make videos teaching about. It is her intention, but she just has not taken the plunge and started posting regular content yet. But like she's got a camera and stuff. Like she's intending to. So it's the Rooted Wanderers. She comments on here. I don't know if she's still on. Tank. Yes. Now, last year we did not like do a set time for the seed swap, and this year we are going to do a set time for the seed swap. There's going to be like a set hour or something in a certain area where people can come, and I'm going to give a little more structure to that this year. And I'm actually also going to be bringing some of my own personal seeds to the swap for people to be able to take. I was actually thinking about that earlier. It may have been Kalima, Stephanie, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try that one this year and see if that was it. Food Forest next door. That's a great idea. I've seen people use for seed swaps. I've seen them take the pages of seed catalogs and like, especially stuff like this, and like fold these up into little envelopes, and that's what they'll use for their swap, and they'll put a little label on it, which I thought was really cool. That guy needs to go away.
Oh, why? He's not doing anything wrong. Oh, yeah, he is.
I'd use it. Okay,
I didn't see that.
Somebody else got it.
My phone was not showing that.
Yeah. He's definitely doing something wrong.
Trolls, what are you going to do?
I'm still here. I will do a channel. I'm still trying to work into my life. Yeah. So she's there and she is playing on stuff. So maybe if you follow her, maybe.
Lauren, there is no try. There is do or do not.
North Star Prep Stutter. I didn't save as many seeds this year as last year, but I definitely do save seeds. I just haven't this year. I still had so many from the year before. I didn't really need any, like of my favorite things, like my climbing triple crop and different stuff like that. So I didn't.
It's okay, Ivy Anderson. I've kind of followed your messages a little bit, like you didn't know. And honestly, we haven't put it out in a regular vlog yet because it'll just be like a lot of crying probably.
Yeah.
So you're all good.
Just started following, was born and raised in South Arkansas, but now living in Spokane, Washington. Cool, Mary. Where in South Arkansas? I was actually born in El Dorado.
Are you ever going to write a garden homestead book?
Actually, yes. I can't talk about that, actually.
Legally.
But yes, I'm going to write a gardening book. In
case y'all didn't get all those winks.
Yeah, quit. I don't know exactly what. All right, guys, I'm a total rule follower, so signing contracts completely freaks me out. And so whenever I'm like, it makes me scared to talk about things that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about. So a book, yes, please. How far from Marshall, Arkansas are you guys?
Not really sure. I don't even know where Marshall's at.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how far. I know where it is, but I'm not entirely sure how far we are. An hour and 39 minutes from Marshall, Arkansas. Mile with the weeks.
Depends on who's asking. I either had something in my eye if it was someone who wants to get in some trouble. And if it was for you guys, then I was winking at you to tell you something that you shouldn't know.
The I am of me, I have not grown celery before. I would like to, but I just haven't. How do you know where to plant things on your property, like in which order? I think you mean like the order of importance to get them started. Is that what you're talking about? Like, I mean, I would suggest starting things like your asparagus, rhubarb, berry bushes, trees, all of that right away. We did not do that, so I do not have those things, but I could be steadily harvesting them if I had. And so, but I'm not sure exactly if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I've not had success in growing celery. I've had a hard time getting it started, but it's also, I don't know if I have the right climate to successfully grow it, but it may just be that I have just
Greetings
not
from
tried it.
Venezuela.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, for those of you who are addressing Lauren and like videos on herbalism, like one thing that really helps me in doing content, and especially at the beginning, like if you have very specific questions that a person can make a video about explaining, because if you have that question, other people do too. But like Lauren did the video with me talking about how to make the fire cider. And so, good night, Mark. So,
Mark's leaving.
I think that would probably be beneficial.
See you, man.
Good night, Kira. Oh, thank you, Nancy. We appreciate that. Maya needs a fidget spinner.
I have one.
He is a fidgeter.
I broke it. I need one of those sensory cubes that's got all the switches and toggles. Let's sit here and flip switches.
The Celtis is on my list to grow, Casey Urban Farm. That's something that I would like to grow early spring when it's still cool outside. What was the name of the swap? Oh, Super Duper Seed Swap, which let me see. I don't think I ended up putting this link in that video.
I got something popping in my ear.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
Ow.
It's just, if you go on Instagram, it's just Super Duper Seed Swap. Let me see if I can copy profile URL. Okay. And it is really cool. And you just send them a message and you can sign up. And I haven't done it in the last couple of years, but it's really, really good. And basically, like you send like enough for a harvest. So like with beans, you would send in like maybe like, if you're going to send a package of those, you would need to send 25 little baggies. And with beans, it would need to be at least like 10. With things like tomatoes and peppers, like at least like 5 to 8 seeds. So you're getting back a whole bunch of different things and just a handful of each. But you don't need that many, you know. I mean, like usually if you're just trying to try a lot of stuff, it's fine to just have a few seeds of each. I'm going to post the link on here. Oh wait, that's Doug and Stacy's video. How did I get on that?
Am I going to go see the movie on release? Probably.
What is it?
The next Star Wars movie comes out on the 20th of December. I'm going to try and take all my kids. My boys like to go see those.
Okay, let's say something. Paste. Okay, there's the link to the Super Duper Seed Swap. Did it post? Yes, here we go. That's the Instagram for the Super Duper Seed Swap, so you can go and send them a message.
Someone's asking.
Diane, I probably won't start my tomatoes until like early February.
Yeah, as I was saying, someone's asking about starting tomatoes. I'm like, that's...
I am going to start my brassicas and cool weather stuff. Like, I'm planning on doing that like right after Christmas in my basement.
Bill Price.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
That's super sweet. Cast iron mama. What is your favorite thing to cook in cast iron? All the things? Is there anything that's like specifically cast iron for you? Just wondering because I like the name.
Yeah, well, I saw the preview for the new James Bond, and there was like all this controversy that the new 007 was going to be a female, and Daniel Craig is in the James Bond movie as James Bond. I was like, did you guys really just drum up all this drama that was not even like, that's not even the movie? I was very surprised because I actually like Daniel Craig as James Bond, but I just thought that was interesting if anyone remembers all the Facebook drama.
Alan Farm said the day after Christmas, I'm starting mine. That's what I was thinking I might do for like the brassicas and stuff. I have a bunch of these really cool trays that I got from Haas Tools. And I'm thinking that we're going to like set up, get the shelf all ready and stuff. And then I'm going to get ready. Even the sparrow, it's been different over different periods of time. I don't just go ham usually, but
Allen Farm, yes. This year we are going to do an in-ground area for melons and squash. Did we say squash? Beans. And Your favorite vegetable, corn. Right?
Corn is not. Actually, I've learned that
Your
corn
favorite
is
vegetable,
considered a vegetable if you eat it young.
Oh, okay.
It can be called a vegetable. But yes, that is what we're going. Good listening. And potatoes. I'm going to try some potatoes in the ground and in the beds. I imagine that I will grow amaranth again this year because the way that it reseeded last year, I think I will probably grow amaranth even if I do not intend to. I don't even know that I'm going to plant amaranth.
Oh, I was like,
it grew like crazy. It reseeded and was everywhere.
You might have to rip it out of that bed though, if you're willing to plant anything else.
That's awesome, Cast Iron Mama. I'm the same way. I mean, we actually had breakfast for dinner tonight too, and I think we even did. No, he didn't do the eggs in cast iron.
Well, we do our bacon in the oven on a stoneware. We don't cook it in a skillet. It's too messy.
Yeah.
This gives you consistent cooked, massive amounts of bacon. Like one package fed 5 of us because it's just the little boys and us tonight.
Yeah, Lauren was telling me, sorry.
Was that your bad toe?
Yeah. My toe was
hurt.
Lauren was telling me about popped amaranth. We actually ended up mostly feeding it to the birds this year, but I didn't really know what to do with it. Good night, Stivers. We love you guys.
Yes, we use Pampered Chef stoneware. That's only the stoneware we use.
Yeah.
It is the best.
Like some of our stoneware we've had, like Jeremiah came with some of it.
That's
when
true.
We got married. He had it. We've had some of it for a really long time. But yeah, that's what we have is Pampered Chef. Like I'm actually a Pampered Chef consultant. I don't even know if we still are. Like
I don't know if it times out, but if it does, we just sign up again and buy what we need.
Well, yeah, we just re-up it and buy what we need. Like just because we use and I don't use a lot of that. So much of the stuff is plastic, and so I don't really use.
It's mostly just the stoneware.
I don't use a lot of plastic. It's mostly just
those stainless steel mixing bowls have lasted 5 years.
Longer than that. I was pregnant with Toby when we got those, so like 8 years.
Yeah, almost 8 years. Yeah. I guess that's true.
Yeah. Myra's dowry was stoneware. It's like, marry me and you get this nicely seasoned stoneware.
It's already brown.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's hilarious.
I have seen The Mandalorian. It's pretty good. It's entertaining. We'll see how the rest of the story goes. They only got 2 more episodes, so they better like do something quick.
See you, Ethan. I hope you're back before the end as well. Will be just a few minutes. It was a perk. It was very seasoned stoneware. I mean, I have to admit, it's actually what introduced me to Pampered Chef stoneware. Before Maya came with his stoneware, I did not even know the wonders of Pampered Chef. The only
she cooked on Teflon.
I don't think I was still using Teflon whenever we got married. I think I was already crunchy enough to have gotten off the Teflon at that point.
Crunchy enough.
But I was cooking on metal pans, which is not unhealthy, but is frustrating sometimes, especially if you forget things in the oven on the rig, like me. The only other things Pampered Chef that I like use a lot of is the garlic press, and I don't know, stoneware is really it. How did we meet? Jeremiah's family, I was really close with his family. He actually lived in North Dakota, and his brother and his wife.
See a busy little house. I know toddler troubles. I understand.
Were mine and my ex-husband's best friends, and so like strangely enough, when Jackson and Asher were like little bitty toddlers, they actually called Josh, his brother, Uncle Josh, which now he is their uncle. But yeah, so I was really good friends with his family. Like Jeremiah's mom was one of my closest friends, and I used to go do Bible study at her house before I ever met him. And he was actually the last of his very large family for me to meet. Whenever he and his ex-wife were going through a divorce, he came here to be with his family. And I was actually also going through divorce, and we became friends, and actually never like dated anybody else like in the period of being like single. I totally dug this dude from the beginning of that season. And so we were like best friends, and I don't know, like we were very pragmatic about it. I think like we were just like, hey, we have children, and so we're not interested in like just having a fun time and like not being serious. Like from the beginning, we were like, hey, are we gonna, if we're gonna have any sort of relationship, outside of friendship. It's going to be because we're going to get married. And so we dated for about a year. And then we got married in April.
Did you have a crush on me immediately?
No, not immediately. We were in a really tumultuous time when we met. It was like a really hard time in both of our lives. I mean, we were going through like really intense stuff.
I mean,
he did not have a ponytail then. Have you guys not seen pictures?
We don't have to bring that up.
We do. I really think that we do have to bring it up, actually. What? You're not so proud?
She married me for my body.
So,
because there was so much of it.
I was gonna find that picture from like our first date.
Oh, you got to talk about the super chat. What do they say?
Oh, are you just trying? You adjust.
No, super chat. Address it.
I love you guys.
Stop
I'm following you on Instagram for you starting my garden in the spring. Thank you for inspiring me in every video. Have a blessed and healthy holiday. Thank you so much, Olivia. I appreciate that. Okay. Is it gonna adjust? Okay. Look at that sweet baby face. Look at him. Is it? It's not really focusing. Come on.
It's close enough.
Come on. Can y'all see it?
They can see it.
I don't think they can see it enough.
Oh,
Look,
so
before and after. Because he's so handsome.
Yeah, I need more facial hair to hide.
Oh, Amy. Oh, yep, Amy. We hung out a lot with cousin Amy in the time.
Jiffy Lube for that oil change. Are you serious, Morgan? Let's start looking at pictures of you because I know that you used to play a bunch of video games. All right, so let's just extrapolate what that might look like.
Yeah, so we were babies.
Make love, not Warcraft, Morgan. Make love, not Warcraft.
Let's see, how old were we here? 23 and 24, I think. So, I mean, we were babies. Is that right? No, 24 and 25. That's how old we were. Because I'm about to turn 34.
Wow,
next
Andrew.
week. What Andrew saying?
You look like Selena Gomez.
No, he looks like a handsome angel. For the Lord. He was clean cut, Timothy. He was very clean cut, and like he still had he did wear like gel in his hair, and he was clean shaven. He always wore collared shirts and khakis. What? I liked you.
Obviously. What does that say about you?
What? I thought you were so cute and handsome.
Dorky looking.
No. So, yeah, he's definitely got a different style now. Cecilia, we're glad that you're here. And he was very charming. And he definitely pursued me in a really sweet way. Like, he was like, talked on the phone and like all of that stuff, which is so funny because like, I don't know, like now I guess when I go out of town, we probably talk on the phone some.
Yeah.
We're more like in-person communicators now. Like we'll sit and have like hours long conversations now. But we don't really talk.
We stayed up till like 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we used to stay up
on the phone.
Fall asleep on the phone. We did the whole night.
Oh my gosh, this is serious. It's not even from a movie. This is really real life. Like we're falling asleep talking about our farm dreams and all that, and she's like, "You hang up." I'm like, "No, you hang up." No, you hang up. I'm like, "No, you have to hang up first." And eventually, one of us would pass out.
Yeah, we'd like fall asleep on the phone. So yeah, we were like a mess though, like totally like all about each other, that kind of thing. It wasn't.
Sarah showed Ethan a picture and said, "Guess who this is?" He said, "I don't know, some random Marine." She goes, "No, it was Maya." He goes, "You were freaking skinny back then."
Oh yeah, Jeremiah's.
This Maya ate that Maya.
Oh my gosh! Stop. That's
not
a nice thing to say. That is not nice.
That's true.
I'm glad you.
I weighed 170 pounds.
Yeah. Well, I was going to try to find that picture Is it still? We still have that framed one up here.
You posted on Instagram?
Did I post it on Instagram?
For Veterans Day, which was just recently.
Oh, yeah.
Did you even know
that.
I was a veteran?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Jeremiah. So that's him when he was 17.
I'm so
His Marine
white.
Corps picture.
My face is so gaunt, you can barely see it in the camera.
Somebody asked if Maya's crunchy now. He's definitely more than he used to be. I wouldn't call him crunchy though.
No, I weighed 170 pounds. Like I was so skinny. Like it was so skinny.
They were asking though if you were crunchy, like all natural.
Well, someone was saying 170 pounds
Oh.
soaking wet. I was like, so.
Well, he's 6'2". He's pretty tall.
Yeah, I was bony.
170 pounds at his height is
Oh
really
no, I was
skinny.
very, very, very skinny.
Like
I was borderline getting put on the Marine Corps boot camp. You get forced to eat more food because I couldn't put weight on.
He actually, like, for him, like, weight gain happened. I mean, like, when you become an adult,
for
that
the boomers,
what
does crunchy mean?
For the boomers, what is crunchy? Is like
hippie.
Crunchy granola.
Your
like,
generation hippie.
Like hippie, if you're hippie. And it's so funny because Maya's mom, when she was alive, I would always tell her she was crunchy, and she didn't understand. She was like, "What are you calling me?" And I'm like, "Crunchy, like crunchy granola, hippie." She was like, "Oh, hippie, yeah, I'm a hippie." But there are like levels of crunchy. Okay, like we can talk about this. Someone commented recently, and they were like, "What?" Oh, I knew you were a crunchy because I was talking about removing fluoride with the Berkey filter. And they were like, I had you pegged for a crunchy, Mom. And I'm like, yeah. So I was pretty crunchy. As far as crunchy goes, like I did natural birth and like I breastfed my kids. We did cloth diapers. They wore amber necklaces. Like I was kind of a step ahead of like the natural food movement. I was using like essential oils when the only other people at the essential oils conventions were like Mennonite. Like, I mean, truly like that at that time, it was not mainstream. So I'm not trying to be like a hipster about it, but I was definitely crunchy on the front end of that being a cool thing. However, we joke because my friend Lauren, I tell her she's the kind of crunchy that makes crunchy people uncomfortable.
Yeah. And Bobby Price, yes, I did finish my last 2 years in the Marine Corps at Camp Lejeune.
Like Lauren is crunchy to another level. And like sometimes she says things and I'm like, what are you saying? Like and I am crunchy. Like I am very natural. Like I don't use just a whole lot of products. I do use some products, but like not everything is homemade. Like, and I mean, we eat pretty clean. Like I cook out of cast iron. Like there are some things like that's why he said you were using Teflon. I was like, I was not using Teflon whenever we got together. Like that went out the door long before you came along. Cause I was crunchy when Jeremiah came along. I was doing like, he had a headache. I'm like, oh, I've got some essential oils. Let me put this on the base of your neck. And he's like, what are you doing? Like he has been schooled.
This is so funny. Carolyn Catherine says, you like fresh veg? You have lots of hay, have lots of babies. You're a hamster, not a hipster.
That's funny. Hey, handsome boy, you want to come here?
A little snug as a bug in a rug.
Can you say hi? Hi. So yeah, I'm definitely natural, but not like, what did Lauren say? Did she respond?
Probably has something to do with some potion or something.
Everybody said, hey, Ben. No. Linda, I don't really know much about titanium cookware. I use primarily cast iron and stainless steel. Like we have one pan that's nonstick for eggs, and even that I don't even like having. But that's like the areas where I'll cook eggs in cast iron. I'm not messed up about it, but he'll use a cough drop. See, like Lauren probably wouldn't give her kids cough drops. Well, she'll have some comment.
No, she'll cook up some omelet and extract the cold and cough out of them.
Oh man!
It's like, lay here with this gingerbread man on your chest, and the gingerbread man will extract all the infection out.
Okay, so Lauren made an onion poultice.
Sounds like something out of Poltergeist, doesn't it? It does.
Jeremiah, and it worked, and now we make these, but he has given her a hard time every time since then. Like, Lauren's the kind of crunchy that when you're like complaining about something,
Poltergeist, see what I'm saying? Very similar.
I don't know if I don't even know if I can handle sharing this part.
Which part is this? Oh. If you're eating your placenta, you're crunchy.
Okay,
I know what the placenta is?
I did have my placenta encapsulated. I was that crunchy. That's pretty crunchy. Some of you just got uncomfortable.
Right. Like, Lauren's so crunchy, she like makes it into lasagna.
No, she doesn't. She didn't even encapsulate hers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. She's like,
no,
like a feral.
Do that at all. You need to stop.
It's still attached to the umbilical cord.
No. Crunchy is just being natural. So like people we went
Your
too far.
Your mom is like, I don't understand.
We went too far. No, nobody's eating their placenta in a lasagna or chewing it loose.
Yeah, there might be. We can't prove that.
That there might be. But I'm definitely not one of them. And Lauren's not either, so don't be sending her any weird messages calling her a cannibal. Nobody's eating their placenta like that. Oh my God. However, there are benefits of having encapsulated. It can help with your milk supply, in case you're wondering. Okay, so crunchy is just being like really naturally minded. Everybody's brain exploded on the placenta.
I know, it should.
There are people who do eat them or put them in smoothies directly after. I'm serious. That's a real thing. Like, people really do that. So Andrew's like, I'm trying to change the subject. But like, whenever you're in the natural birth community, like this is part of it. Like that's part of it. So yeah. Everybody is.
Jessica really is a hamster.
Oh. Y'all are making me. I'm blushing like really hard right now. So yes, the homestead crunchies, they're out there. There's a bunch of people who are very, very all natural in homesteading. And so like
between this and the alpaca loving, I'm learning a lot.
Okay, yes, some people do actually make paintings and art out of their placenta. And the idea of that is to honor like the life, like what supported your baby in the womb and all that stuff. There's a lot, guys. Like you don't understand. How does one encapsulate a placenta? Dehydrate it, grind it, put it in pills. And yes, most animals eat them. Casey Urban Farm. See, I've been found out now. Now you all know. See, I don't have infants anymore. Like, so some like the infant, the pregnancy and like childbearing in the first couple of years is how you tag your crunchy mom, because their kids run around wool pants. Like, and it's like, oh, they're nursing them all the time, even when they're like getting into toddlerhood. And you're like, oh, crunchy mom. But see, I don't have infants anymore. So you guys didn't know. You didn't know that that's who I was inside reality. That's totally. My wife is crunchier than Captain Crunch at a fish concert. Oh yeah, cloth diapers.
Oh yeah, we did the cloth diaper thing.
Yeah. No, I don't have any more placenta pills. Benjamin is 5. We've moved on. Well, you couldn't feed it to the baby because babies can only digest milk. And so the idea was that you consume it and it helps with like balancing out hormones and all of that. So it's a real thing. It's not a crazy thing.
And it's not that weird.
It's not that weird. Like if you like venture into the natural birth community where people are having babies without like pain medication and a lot of medical intervention, it's a totally normal thing to do in that community.
Fruit?
So
fruta?
Yes. Yeah, yes, you can have a piece of
fruta.
Delicioso. Okay, yeah. So we can talk about something else other than
I'm sorry, I didn't really think that was going there, but Lauren, it's Lauren's fault. It's that poultice that just brought it out of me.
Drew it out. Yeah, it's not that weird in the medical field.
It's not.
So 4 children, no medication, 180 degrees from average. My work is telling me that they won't pay me for all I work. It's off topic, but I need to tell friends. I am really sorry that is happening to you. Red Panda Ann. Actually, Andrew Littlefield about keto. I watched that documentary the other night. What is it? Magic Little Pill or something like that on Netflix?
I don't think that was it. I think the keto one was What the Health.
No, What the Health was the vegan one.
Wow.
And then the keto one was Magic Little Pill. Anyway, it was really interesting. It was a really interesting video, and I enjoyed watching it. So you guys need to have another baby. If we do that, it will be a miracle of the Lord. Because that should not be physically possible outside of some sort of divine intervention. So yeah, the comments are pretty intense, Tank. I agree. North Ethan said 30 minutes after each baby, she looks up at me and says, ready for another. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Guess my mother was that way. Natural birth on 7 kids and had us searching for herbs or weeds to dry and make teas, tinctures, and other such potions. Yeah, Ivy, she was just, she's forerunning that back in the day. And there have always been people that are, doing stuff that's outside the norm. Really, like, here's what's crazy to me, okay? Most of my close friends are either they do this stuff or they're at least familiar enough with it through me that it's never weird. And so like whenever it will come up sometimes in conversation with people who have no idea that there are people that, some people don't even know that cloth diapers can still be a thing, that's still a thing because they've just never seen anybody use them before. And so essential oils, like, you would be surprised how many times people tell me, they're like, that doesn't work. And I'm like, yes, it does. Like scientifically, like plant medicine absolutely works. Like pharmaceutical medicine is synthetic versions of what exists already in plants, largely. Like it's synthetics of what's naturally occurring. And so like, it's crazy to me when what is just a very, very normal part of our life is so foreign to somebody that they're just like, what? That's absolutely insane. But why wouldn't they? Why would they know if they've never encountered it? They would never know. That's why I'm always like, we got to share information. If we believe in something, then we should be able to talk about it with people. Cast iron mama said, my daughter with epilepsy did medical keto for 1.5 years. It helped tremendously with her cognitive development, even when she was having a lot of seizures. Cloth diapers are now really expensive. Yeah, cloth diapers are really expensive.
We're 17 minutes over.
We're 17 minutes over. Okay, well, we'll wrap it up in just a few minutes.
See, if we just ended when we were supposed to, we would have avoided.
We would have avoided the placenta gate of 2019.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't do yoga. I don't do yoga. As far as like, honestly, during this time of year is when I start really feeling a need to like do something that really moves my body. I'm so active during gardening season that I don't ever seek out any sort of like extra like movement because I push my body a lot.
My issue is I want to do yogi, which is, hey, boo boo, you want to go grab another picnic basket? I'm like, yes, I do. I don't know, Yogi. The Ranger's not going to be super excited about that.
Oh my goodness. I'm looking more into keto. The thing I'm finding is like you can find such passionate arguments on every single diet. And the thing that I really feel most led to do is to primarily eat things that we can grow, which of course is going to fall into, it's going to limit the amount of meat that we eat. It's going to be a lot of plant food. It's going to be raw dairy products, honey, and then that's pretty much what we can grow. It's not going to be a lot of grains. We can't grow a lot of grains. And I that's what I really feel led to do for the most part. But I'm not 100% sure. So that's, I don't have it on that I don't have it all nailed down, and I don't know enough about it to say this is the definite way. I love when people tell me, hey, this is what I do, and this has been my experience with it. That's very beneficial to me. Yeah, I am actually planning on growing Moringa. I meant to start it last year and then I didn't. But I don't know, like it's just kind of difficult. Like we'll probably do like a Whole30 or something like that, like in the new year, or do something that will be like a cleanse. We do juice still, like that's something that's like a regular part of our day. And I actually as much as I love coffee, I actually usually like detox off coffee like probably like a month or two out of every year. And I'm actually in that right now. And I'll still drink a little bit of tea, but for the most part, I will quit coffee entirely, which that is just a personal thing. I don't think that has anything to do with health. I don't think there's anything really wrong with coffee. I don't like being addicted to things. And so for me, that's just like my own personal thing. I detox off coffee and sugar once a year because I have an issue with knowing that I am addicted to something. And that probably just comes from just personal convictions. So I don't think Green Zebra Gardening, you have a lot of good ideas. I do not think Placenta Gate 2019 needs a t-shirt.
That's a horrible idea. I
think probably.
And on the back, you can say, "Are you crunchy?"
I think
Placenta Gate 2019.
I think probably not. High Five said, I've been doing keto for about a year and a half. The health benefits have been amazing. Solved more problems than just the one I was trying to sort out. It's a pain on the social life, though. Yeah, I'm looking into it. Here's one thing that I have an issue with, and this is where I don't know. Like, if you could, I guess you could do keto and just never eat anything that was sweetened at all, and that would be okay. I cannot do not like artificial sweeteners, but like even the ones that are supposed to be like supernatural and okay, they wreak havoc on my digestive tract. Like I ended up in the emergency room the last time that I was on artificial sweeteners because I was doing Trim Healthy Mama, and they do like basically like erythritol, sugar alcohols, and all that stuff. And I was like, it was bad. What?
Just all their stuff being like, come up with the shirt ideas, stay crunchy and all that. And I just kind of like played out this like commercial. It's like the Dos Equis commercial. It's like, I don't always eat my placenta, but when I do it encapsulated. Stay crunchy, my friends.
No. Now we
all right, we got to end this. We're 22 minutes past. We're loopy.
Oh gosh, we've gone too far, and I gotta go to the store. All right, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm sorry. I feel like I should just say that.
Stay crunchy, my friends.
All right, we bless you guys. Until next time.